IGI will take up against CeXGO for the 9th round. Of course, that favours CT side. Let's see if they can get it.
It's going to be the customary knives mid, maybe some kind of trick play, but nothing too much to worry about. We're not going to turn into Red Eye and start commentating knife rounds like it's a grand final.
Do you want to put on your Scottish accent and try cast a knife like Red Eye?
No. No, you're all right, thank you.
Well, CeX will win the knife.
Yeah, deal with that.
Just a straight up shutdown. IGI will choose to start things off on the T side, actually. All right, then. Fair play to them. Let's see if they can make something work in this first half. If not, they'll be relying once again on that CT aggression. They can show very, very well indeed. It will be full armor out for 4 players of IGI, and the double flash smoke out for Docs. This is the stand-up setup for the B side. Might smoke Heaven, or, well, they can smoke a variety of things, but Heaven is probably the most go-to thing. Yep. And LS is on the defuse kit. He is playing out towards the B side, and IGI are actually going into a default play here in the pistol.
Yeah, I think so. Just going to bide their time for now. Let's wait for anything, like maybe an aggro push from the CTs, which isn't going to happen at this stage. Maybe next round you might see an aggro push, but at this stage, no. You can go sit back and wait. See how things develop. So probably going to be about a minute before we get any kind of contact, maybe even a little longer. Astro looking towards the toilets. Actually, it is coming in a little quicker, so he misses 3 shots, has to drop all the way back to bank. Very difficult site to try and cover, and Hemsky completely blind. There's no other excuse for walking out in quite the way that he did. Astro goes down at bank. 3 players come in for the retake, but bomb plant down, and it's very tough to try and retake on this site. You kind of hit this wall between bank and the bin, and then you get smokes, you get molotovs, you get nades, you get flashes all coming into you, and then you've got to then make the move to push out from that point, and then you're going into the angles. These players, Dances gets one. He's got the chance for a second towards side, and NK, see ya.
And NK gets the second one as well onto LS. Leaves Think alone, 1 versus 4. He will take 1 with him, but sadly it is not enough as IGI very quick on their pushes, just smoked out the dumpster area and just flashed their way on through, and just like that, got themselves 1 pick. That was all they needed. Backed right back off and just waited for the CTs to rotate on through and got the picks where necessary. Denied the bomb plant, took down the likes of Dantes, who could have been a very key player in the defensive for that CT side of the retake. Not to be in this case for CEX. IGI will once again win out the pistol in similar fashion to the first map, Inferno. Then we'll have the 2 AKs out, MAC-10 UMP and a Galil. And the CT side going to once again go in with this scout force by with pistols and hand cannons, and already Link will find the first pick back, get a little bit of revenge on NK.
Yeah, that was very tidy. And maybe we'll see things go the other way here again with CEX trading back after the first pistol going in their favour. Scout from Dances, and again, there are opportunities where that could be useful. And Astro, he's able to take down Taylor and grabs the infamous second round AK and uses it to drop the bomb in toilets as well. Dances with the scout, he gets hammered down to 67 points of health. Re-picks, gets a second before Redgars eventually catches him. But it is 3v1 in favour of CEX. AK up in the hands of Astro. And if they're able to find this frag on Redgars, then that's going to be a second AK that they can lead forward. And that will springboard them into picking up the next couple of rounds. Link getting on his bike. Going to try and come in from behind if he can. There's a cursory glance to short just in case. Astro walking through. He's going to get the player. Picks up the frag. But that AK, no one is going to be able to retrieve that, I don't think, unless Link can be quick. Don't think he got that.
No, he didn't. MAC-10 over. Didn't have to invest into it, and in this case, IGI may like to consider the full eco. So that MAC-10 could do some serious damage, and indeed they will go full eco in this case. 2 flashbangs, a couple of P250s for the T side. They've got 4 SMGs actually, sorry, for the CTs. See if they can try and just rip them apart. The AK is playing in towards the hands of the A site, and already it will just be first kill for LS. Second one come through. NK does get it traded, but it is 2 for 1 in his favour of the CEX lineup. Dancing also with the UMP, drops the bomb. Full control now to the favour of the CT side, and not very surprising. NK has got an MP9. Could potentially work with this, but he's still got to deal with the AK and the UMPs and the MAC-10, of which Link is ready to use and spray down in fashion. $600, easy ads. Or Mr. Hui, 1v4. Held out towards Monster. Probably going to be the end of him here.
Yeah, I think so. And CeX trying to get themselves back into things. Going to be bringing their first lead of this second map, 2v1. Mr. Hui going to try and pick up a frag, and Dancy's sprays all around him. He's going to get hunted down here, and we can pretty much say GG to that. Astro with the frag, but 2-1 it is in favour of CeX. So starting to open up a little bit of a lead. IGI may decide to save one more, and looking at the buys, that's exactly what they're going to do. Make sure they can get an AWP up if they want it, get full utility, hen armour, etc, etc. For CTs, they're going to be doing the same thing. They've got a couple of M4s, one AK, a couple of players keeping their scrub guns as well, feeling like they still have an advantage with those, and to try and get a few with the 200% kill bonus. And they go a little bit aggressive through into the fountain. Nothing really comes of that. I'm not sure I like that play as Mr. Hui gets a frag on Link. LS trades out for one. Can he get the second as well? He is going to be able to, I think, unless IGI drop out and live to fight another day, which I think they are going to do.
4v4, they can be happy with that. Especially when you consider the CTs have dropped the ball in terms of their buy-ups. The UMP still in play from Hemsky. Link had the MAC-10, but he's not got it anymore, obviously. He's a dead man. If they come up against the likes of NK, then they could be in with a bit of a surprise of how much it really takes to shut him down. Astro, our only man really capable of negating that helmet of NK. So let's see if he can do so. He is playing in towards the enemy hands right here. 55 seconds. IGI backed up by Red Goods is going to start leading his side in towards the A side, trying to be the entry fragger, but Astro shuts him down. Second spray comes through. Hemsky gets one. P250 out, taps the head, and finds the third round for the CT side.
Okay then, first buy versus buy going to be coming in, and they go for the upgrades all around. I think they're going for upgrades. Hemsky's still keeping hold of his UMP. Is he going to rebuy? No, he's going to keep hold of that. They're going to build as much of a bankroll as they can. Sometimes you feel the struggle on CT side as well as, or as far as finances go, sorry. So as long as you can keep those weapons, he will have a disadvantage wherever he goes against the AK. So he needs to box clever. Try and get in from behind someone if he can. Docs with the AWP in his hand, going to do what he can. He was kept quiet last time out, and Red Guards goes down from Astro. Getting a little bit aggressive. Hemsky, he gets the 200% kill bonus and comes away with a free upgrade for his ump at the process as well. That's an AK that's going to be in his hands. And CeX, they go a little more aggressive than you would maybe like a CT side to do, but it pans out. 2 frags for him. They escape with weapons and can get back into the site and play in a more passive way, and a great intro to the first real buy versus buy.
And Hemsky getting that extra money in the bank, basically using that UMP to try and save up for an AWP and a much more fleshed out buy with that AWP as well. Gets the first kill, gets the AK out, so even better with the weaponry. That's now 2 AKs to the favour of the CTs, and suddenly this hen armour doesn't look like such a good investment from the IGI side. 45 seconds on the clock. They will make their way in towards long and mid, look to go for an A split. They've got a little bit of utility to do so, but that smoke from NK may just have to go straight in towards dumpster, similar to how they tried to play it on the pistol round. Flashbang Molotov as well for Mr. Hui. Mr. Hui just probably going to be trying to aim on through actually rather than use the utility, which could have given him a bit more of an advantage, but in this case it's not going to work out for him, and indeed Dancy will take him down. Hemsky watching it across from mid. Nice tap onto the head, and that leaves Docs with the AWP. A 1 versus 4, 17 seconds. Sprays coming from Dancy, taps his head off eventually, and we'll find the fourth for the CeX side.
Bit of a rookie error from IGI. They've gone back into the pattern of going one at a time into the site. If they'd all gone together, would have made things so much more challenging to try and cover all those angles. And there's only so many spots that you can be at holding it on CT side. You can spin right, you can pre-fire the truck area. There were plenty of opportunities. If they'd all gone at once, pre-fired, looked to the angles, etc., they would have done some damage. But instead, they decide to face, and Astro's getting a little bit too close. Hemsky with the spray down, able to get 3 though. Switches out to the Tech 9, gets 4. Can he get the 5k? This is his chance, and no, he steps out of it. Still going to maybe have a play on it, but it's not going to happen in quite so quick succession. Astro getting aggressive. Like I said, I don't like when that happens, but he's got Hemsky there who does pick up his 5k, working with him. They were together in what they wanted to do over towards the A site. It works out supremely well for him, and it is 5-1, but it was an eco bash, so let's not get too excited about it.
Yeah, Hemsky with the ace, just, as you said, eco bash ripping right through the IGI side. Not really much they could have done in that instance other than just well, die, essentially. This round is where they're going to have the most significance right here. The 4 AKs, the AWP coming out, slightly limited utility, but they will go in for a setup, it looks like. Mostly out towards the B site. They've got players holding back from Monster, making their way in towards Connector for the early play, but Dancy's on the boost spot, and he's got the AWP. He shuts down the first, and LS gets a little bit of tag damage down to the likes of Mr. Hui and Taylor. Not an opportunity left to frag back right here. They're just going to get raining the damage and the utility over towards this hedge. They realise that they've got a lot of map control right here, and once again, Dancy will double dip back in. Mr. Hui has absolutely no idea and turns his back, and the CT Force just looks so confident here on this CT side. Taylor will try and peek in towards the site and look for a frag, but Link's got him covered off, takes down NK, drops the bomb. That'll be the CT rotation. That'll be the 2 versus 5, and Docs and Taylor, I mean, what do you do in this instance? All your teammates are just falling around you like dominoes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So they're going to just drop away. And Dancy's is one of those players that I would hate playing with, constantly asking for boosts here and there. And I think, oh, come on, stop wasting time, mate. But yeah, he's gone for it, and he ends up picking up frags from it. And you always see him getting boosted in various spots, and it's gutsy more often than not. And you pick up one frag, and you've got to get out of there, or you got to get picked off most likely. But he keeps going for it, and it opens up odd opportunities, and made that pretty convincing. So 6-1 it is to CeX, and this is starting to look maybe a little worrying for IGI. They've got to think about how they want to get themselves back into this.
6-1. Very, very good stuff coming in from the CT side, and CeX could hold a very commanding lead over the IGI force. Remember, IGI picked this T side. Yeah. So if it comes back to bite them in the butt, and they suddenly see us like 14-1 up for the CeX side, then this could get very, very ugly indeed for them. Hemsky almost had another chance to line up the spray downs of the T side, but Redgers fortunately does shut him down before he can do too much damage for the 1-for-1 trade. So back to the 4v4. Next up is Astro. He will get a lot of tag damage down to Redgers and NK, and that could just be the damage done. Yes, he loses his life, but now the CT Force have got a much easier defensive and a retake to come on through. If LS can just line up the sprays right here, then he can take them down in their tenfold. Taylor goes falling. Redgers does get himself the double, actually the triple kill on towards the site to try and get the bomb down, but Link just has to line up the spray, and he is very, very dead. He drops the bomb before he can get it planted now to a 2 versus 2. Mr. Hui also falls. Leaves NK with 2 HP to clutch this out. This would be monster if he found it, but it's so unlikely. The bomb's out in the open. Link's peeking around, trying to see if he can spot him out. Does spot him out eventually, and does connect the spray, as you would expect, a triple kill. All thanks, I think, basically to Astro getting a lot of that damage down. Yeah,
I think that helped. I think what was starting to develop there is the thing that I don't like about players over on the A site getting aggressive, because on that occasion it didn't really work out. They both got caught, even though they were working together. Yeah, the damage, as you say, was probably key. Link was able to clean up, but most of the hard work was done for him. But that was a sign where it forces a retake. It's a difficult retake over towards that site. You're making your teammates work for it, and maybe that's the time to just sit back, just work your angles and your crossfire. And I think CeX might take this as a warning, and Astro and his teammate Hemsky might sit back just a little bit. You see Hemsky's gone for an AUG. He's gone for a weapon with a bit of scope, so maybe he's going to be playing long from distance and just keep it a little more passive this time. I think just do that for a little while, do that for a couple of rounds, and then you can get a bit aggressive just to mix up a little bit later on. Astro, he's still facing, but he's doing it from the point where he can fall away and wait for the push to come in, and that nade is going to do a fair bit of damage as well.
5v4 situation. CeX side just going to line up these kills very nicely. Hemsky, Astro, and Dancy combined for 3. NK once again left alone alive in the clutch situation, and there are 2 players tagged down. So his Tech9 could do some damage, takes down Astro, but it's just not enough. LS will take him right back out of the action. That's 8-1. That's CeX winning at the half as well. We're only 9 rounds through. This will be round number 10, and IGI not showing half as much bite as they did over on Inferno. Quite a disappointing performance, and they've really got to step things up. Maybe take a tactical pause at some point very, very soon, because right now, what more do you really do at this point? You're down by 8 rounds, a full 8 rounds in a row. Full max loss bonus, and if you don't get this next round, then you really got to think about what you're doing wrong, because CeX are walking all over them, as Dancy does. Second AWP shot, third no-scope, fourth one! Good God, man! And that leaves Docs alone in a 1v5 as Dancy does it again by picking off every single player, huge players with the AWP. And that is 9-1 to the favour of the CeX side.
Darcy's just like, why are they bothering to put a scope on this thing? I don't need one of those. And yeah, very good question there. What do they do? Well, IGI, they're finding opportunities to get towards the A site, but then the retake is too strong from CEX. As we've seen, they haven't really hit B that often because they haven't needed to. They've been challenged, and they've either got cut down by Astro and Hemsky, or they've taken them out and got to the site and then been retaken. I think they look towards B thinking maybe this is the chance, and again, they go aggressive, they get the spray down, and because they're working as a unit, they will be able to get away with this one. Doc's last man standing, got himself an M4 against 4 players, but it's pretty much going to be double figures locked in. Oh, Doc's, okay. We've seen him pick up a couple of 5Ks. Can he get his third? Yes, he can. The 16-year-old. Is he going to come here? No. No, he's not.
You saw it coming, you saw the comeback to 5K, and he had a good chance as well. He was going up against a player that was basically at half HP, but sadly in this case it is just not to be. IGI really are struggling here, and you've got to imagine that these guys are just kind of saying to themselves, like, where are we doing this wrong? You know, what is the issue? Or I'll just see CeX so strong on this map that this pick maybe just go against us right here. Dancy's already in, Taylor spots him out and tries to back off in time. Fortunately, it does force Dancy away for a little bit as the T side once again look for map control. Player 2, Astro, looking for a spray down on 1, but Red goes double peaks, takes him out. Nicely done to the 5 on 4. So IGI, for the first time in quite a number of rounds, have had this man advantage to start things off. Now, what they got to do, they got to roll it on. They got to take that aggression, and they got to make the fight work against the CEX side. Because if they're just running aimlessly, they get taken down. If they go in too fast, and they can't run the retake on through, and it's just going to get even more messy. They find themselves a second. They solidify this. This has 3 versus 5. They're going towards A, but the retake, the defensive, is still so strong to the CEX.
Yeah, it sure is. Here comes the crossfire, and they're going one at a time again. What are you doing, IGI? LS gets 2, and there's 3 of them still sitting around in the garden. This is not going to work. I think they've realised that this hasn't gone quite to plan. They've rotated out. They're going to get a plant onto B, but B is probably the slightly easier retake to make on CT side. You wouldn't put it past CeX being able to pick this one up.
10-1, 3v3. CeX are tagged down very low, so IGI still are not out of the woods just yet, but this would be very embarrassing if they lost against this retake. They've got Hemsky actually boosted up above the wall right there, looking for the opportunity to maybe take down one of the players on the site itself. They will make their way on through. Ellis fully flash still takes down NK, and now they're both out towards short. This could get very messy with the smoke down. They don't have vision on the bomb. Link will peek, starts lining things up. Doc sprays, and Red gets one more kill as well. It's now down to LS. No defuse in his hand. He's got no more time, so will rush them down. Tries to see if he can take them down. Does take down Docs, but he dies to the bomb explosion. 2 rounds will be on the board for IGI, so they do win that one out, and I see what they were doing. You know, you were talking about how they did go in one by one, just up to just get shut down on both these 2 positions here, but they held their players back out here. They won the rotation very quickly, but it was very costly with a strong retake on the CEX side. I would prefer a much more defined execution and potential hit on towards a site more than anything else, because that just didn't work right there. IGI were spared so thin on that 3 versus 3 that it almost could have lost.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And on another day, you might get your spray a little wrong. I think they tried to go for the body block and try and soak up the damage that way. Maybe if they'd sacrificed the first diffuser and were able to clean up, that would have been a different story, and they could have come through and clutched the round, because Ellis nearly had it anyway from the position that he was in. But 2020 hindsight is a wonderful thing, and it hasn't quite panned out for him on this occasion, but who cares? 10-2. Going for the double ort setup, but Dancy's will be playing that as if he's got an AK or something. He doesn't seem to be afraid to get aggressive. Neither does Astro up in the toilets. Hemsky is there to back him up, doing some damage, and Dancy's, he's actually playing passive back on the site, cleaning up players that are getting past the aggro players up in the toilets. Hemsky eventually goes down, but they've got a second AWP they'll be dealing with in the hands of Dancy's, and Astro still roaming around in the toilets looking for any terrorists that go remotely close to him.
Notice second AWP is in place, so IGI are playing super carefully. They're in a 2 versus 4. 30 seconds on the clock right now. And they gotta find this pick. They gotta take down Dances because look, he's watching this long area. That's all the map control they've gained. He's jump peeking, looking out for the shot. He eventually goes spot them out. Now he will just peek out, look for that one shot. It's a small angle to find. And if they line up, that's going to be a very crucial kill going to the favour of CeX. And Dances is as accurate as ever. Takes him down with a quick scope. Mr. Hui with a spray, but he's got 10 seconds left in the CTs. They've locked this crossfire down. There's no way he's winning this round. And indeed, he doesn't. 3 kills will come in, and 3 players will stay alive. That's the CTs up 11-2 here in IGI. Is it like not that unsafe to say it's over at this point?
I think you could say that, yeah, because look at the money. They are stuffed here. Red Guards is forced with an AK. They're pretty much forcing everything that they've got into this round, and if they don't have enough cash to rebuy for the final one, yeah, that's kind of it. So they're staking everything on this round. Taylor tries to get the 1 dig, but he's spamming all around. He's got Red Guards with the AK who's going to come in and does clean up after Taylor did some righteous work, enough to get an assist. LS, though, with the spray down. He's already got 1 through the smoke. Couple more players moving in that direction. Red Guards catches a nade, but only down to 8 points of health. LS with his second as the smoke dissipates over towards short. Going to throw a Molotov in there. That's flushed out a third on NK. Redgers was thinking about stepping with the AK, but he steps away. Hemsky able to come from underneath, so he'll be coming in from behind at water very soon, as LS very quietly and calmly puts his 4th on the board. Hemsky in a messy spray down with Docs brings it home, and that ended with no more than a whimper. And look at the cash. They cannot buy anything worth talking about.
IGI, I mean, they showed so much promise as well, you know, like they came up and then they managed to defeat the Xenex side, which is an upset if I ever saw it, and then they managed to hold a good fight here in the first map of the series. But now the aggressive IGI are very, very timid at the moment right here. They will go in, look for whatever they can, but Emsky and Astro are going to seal the deal. Taylor comes up with 2 kills and very nice, but the question is, how much impact do they hold? He's taken 2 back. He's got to find 3 more alongside Docs. Got bomb control, but they're going to walk straight into a trap set by LS, giving up connector control to hold passively down towards the T side of the halls. He's holding back. They don't even see him. Oh, if he peeks, he knows exactly what's going on. Taps his head, bursts his way onto the kill. Looking for Docs as well. Docs just trade it back, but he's still got to find the other 2, and the smokes are already down for the CT side. Smokes it off. We'll set some Molotov out as well. We'll try and see if they can push away the CTs and rotate, but they're holding face. They're confident in their skills, and he's walking straight into the crosshairs of Dancy. Actually, Dancy does rotate right back instead. But Doc's still a very impossible situation right here. 50 seconds. Got to find this frag, and if Dancy takes him out of the CZ, then that will just be even worse for wear for him, and indeed he does. 13-2. A very dominant CT half from the CEX side.
Yeah, 1 pistol round and it's over. But so what a hold. You know, they pretty much played that in several ways, in the way that I would not really appreciate if I was playing on the same team as them. Getting aggressive on A, not a fan of that. Dancy's with the AWP playing underneath, not a fan of that. But it's worked out on this particular occasion. And this makes me sort of question, against a stronger team, would they maybe play in the same way? Would they maybe not have the same effect? Whoa, Taylor not messing around with a 1-shot before he's traded out, though. Redgers doing the same thing, grabbing Astro, but it is advantage to IGI. A slim advantage. Mr. Hui could just get breathed on. Oh, LS finds Mr. Hui with the headshot. Massive overkill there. He didn't need it, and the plant goes in the B site.
3v3 retake. IGI got to land these heads, and this is a must-win pistol round. Let me remind you, there's 3 conversions when you get a pistol in this case. So 16-2 will be the scoreline if IGI lose this pistol right now. They've got to come up huge, and Ori Link's taking down 1. Second headshot, looking for the 3rd, and he is just clinical. A 4K for him. That may be the end of IGI here in the upper bracket. Yeah,
he's clicking the faces off like he's warming up against bots. He's not messing around at all, and yeah, that's just calmness. You can just kind of see him. He's probably just got 1 hand on the mouse, like, yep. Oh, different class.
What do you say? IGI haven't really got a whole lot more options other than just a force buy in this round. USP is out from Taylor, but he's got Kevlar helmet. He's got a Zeus, so he might be able to steal one of those rifles away if he's lucky with his peak. In fact, he is holding in a very close range angle. You can see it here on water. Hoping for one of those players to peek on through, get that AK, and maybe use it to your advantage, but even then, that's very, very unlikely. Astro already taken out of first. That's Redker's down. That's map control game, but the T side bomb on its way towards A. It's coming up towards long. Astro's going to back up mid, and he can find himself 2 nice kills right here with the UMP. Money's the extra bonus right here, because it looks like CeX are running away with this one. Faster than Usain Bolt at this point. Mr. Hui and NK, last 2 alive. Mr. Hui's dead, and now it's NK alone with a UMP in his hands and a dream in his heart. But as he gets the first kill, the bomb does go down, and CeX will set up the afterplant and prove to us that dreams don't come true tonight.
No, they do not. 15-2, match point here, and it just shows that CeX have some real class. IGI, a valiant effort, but they have come up against stronger opposition, and it's been one-way traffic pretty much since we jumped onto the server. A little bit of a fight back, and in the first map when they showed like maybe they can hang with CeX, but unfortunately I think after 2 maps we've seen that isn't the case. Dances grabs Redkers as he pushes through, maybe an ill-advised push. Dances gets that 3 in the skirmish plus 1 going in the direction of Astro. Final frag comes in, GG 16-2.